I'm back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. And please hit the bell. I appreciate that too. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right. I come to y'all, parents. I come to y'all and talk to y'all about y'all children's. I want to talk about the babies. Yes, I want to talk about the babies. I want to talk about how the babies become 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, and on, and going up. I want to talk about that. Um, I want to talk about how they want to grow up so fast, how they think they grown and they so young, but they think they grown. They don't want to stay in the child's place. They want to grow up so fast. And when we used to say back in the days to our kids, you want to grow up so fast, and when you get there, you're going to wish that you was back young all over again. And then they say, no, man, that's not true. I ain't going to want to be back where, I ain't going to want to be back young again. I ain't going to want to be back. I can't wait to get grown. I can't wait. That's what they say. And then they start growing up, study trying to get out, study trying to grow up so fast, doing everything that grown-ups do, trying to do everything we do. You tell them to stay in the child's place, but no, they don't want to hear that. Then they push themselves up there so fast. And then when they get up there, and then they say, you know what, Mom? You know what, Dad? I should have just stayed in the child's place. I should have just stayed in the child's place. Cause now look at me. I'm paying bills. I got my own home. I got a car. All of that stuff is so expensive. It's hard to afford all of that stuff. And then we say, didn't we tell you to stay in the child's place, stop trying to grow up so fast? Yeah, but I just wanted to hurry up and get up there. I just got tired of being young. I just wanted to hurry up and get up there. Now, soon as they done got up there, now it's so hard that they can't even afford the bills and stuff that they are paying. Now they wish they was back young again. So we say, now y'all see how it is to want to grow up so fast. Did y'all think it was gonna be easy trying to pay all these bills and stuff? No, I see that now. I see that now. I wish I would have stopped trying to grow up so fast. But yeah, that's what our children do. They don't want to stay in the child's place. They want to know everything that what you do, how you do it. They want to be all up in your business. They want to know everything. And then when that time comes and they get up there, they wish they never tried to be all up in your business. And that's what they do. So when you have your children and they want to grow up so fast, and you try to talk to them, because it's hard talking to kids. It's hard, Lord. Especially when you got the ones in the house that think they know everything. If you got some in the house that think they know everything and think they know more than you do, yes. You have children that think they know more than you. That they think that they can do what you can do when they know they can't do what you can do, but they think they can. So they try. And then when we pull back and let them do what they want to do, and then they fall on their face, then they come to you and saying, Dad, Mom, Dad, I didn't know it was so hard trying to be you. You can't be me. Stay, stay in a child's place. You cannot be me. Now, when it's time for you to grow up, you will grow up. Just wait. Stop trying to do something that you can't do. So, when you have teenagers like that, you just got to let them fall on their face. You just got to let them fall because They're going to keep challenging you. They're going to keep going at it with you. And all you got to do is just pull back and just let them fall. And once they fall and they see that it's a hard fall, then they grow up. They change their ways. They change their ways. And they come to you then and saying, okay, Mom, okay, Dad, I'm going to start listening to everything you say, which they should have been doing at first. They should have been listening to what we were saying at first. But yeah, you have children like that. You have children that want to grow up so fast that they will literally leave home trying to grow up so fast. Let me tell you something. My son he was 15 years old. He wanted to grow up so fast. Yeah, he wanted to grow up so fast. So one day I was at work, and I came home from work, and my son was gone. He had moved out, went to live with his father, went down there where his father stayed at. Just left. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Just left. I didn't even know he was gone. When I came home from work, he was gone. And I'm looking like, where's your brother? I don't know, Mom. He just left. What you mean he just left? He just left. Okay. I didn't hear from my son for a while. And then when I did hear from him, he was calling, Mom, I need money to pay bills. I need money to get out of jail. Yes, that's what they do. That's what they do. He need money to get out of jail. He need money to pay bills because he wanted to grow up so fast. He wanted to grow up so fast. So when he got out there and he seen that it was hard and that he couldn't make it out there, then he wanted to come back home because he couldn't handle it. And then he needed money to get out of jail. And I said, no, you put yourself in a situation. You put yourself there. So if you think you're grown enough and you think you can handle it out there, then you stay where you at. And then you find a way to get yourself out of jail. Because I'm not finna bail you out. No, I'm not finna do it. Because I always told my kids, if you get yourself in a situation that you can't get yourself out of, don't come to me. Because I'm not going to help you. You shouldn't have got yourself in that situation. You know wrong from right. You know not to go out there and do something that you should not do and get yourself in a situation. So if you got yourself in that situation, then you get yourself out of that situation. That's what I told my children. Sure did. I don't play with my kids. I don't play with my children. When they know that they have done something and they don't listen, I let them learn for themselves. That's what I do. I let them learn. And I let them see that the next time you do something, you'll learn the next time not to do it again. So when my son seen that I would not bail him out of jail, because every time you do something, you want to run to mama and want mama to get you out of the situation that you get yourself into. No, I'm not. You grown. You say you're grown. You say you can do the things that we can do. Okay, so do it. You don't need me. You don't need me. You can handle this on your own. So that's what I did. So what I did, I let him stay in there. I sure did. I let him stay in there. He had to defend for himself and everything. And when he got out, I bet you some money. He didn't go back to jail no more. Because he learned that it was hard trying to grow up so fast. He didn't go back. Sure didn't. He raised up his family. He took care of his family. He became a man. He sure did. He learned how to defend right by getting out there, getting a job, and taking care of his family. Now my son, he's a good man now. He take care of his son, his children. He raised up all his kids. He take care of his kids. All of that. His girlfriend, she gone. So he raising up all his kids by himself. So my son, when he was 11 years old, my son was out there hustling. You know, over there where I used to stay at, when I used to stay over there by the stadium. And my son would go hustle. He would go out there and make money, park cars and everything for people. Yeah, my son was doing that. You know, not to park cars. He was 11 years old. Not, you know, he couldn't park the cars, but he would tell the people where to go to park their cars. So my son was hustling when he was 11 years old. So he knew how to take care of himself. But he didn't know that trying to grow up so fast was going to be harder than what he thought. So by him doing a little hustling, he thought that I guess he thought that was something even bigger to do by him being 11 years old. So I guess he thought he became a man at 11 because he was out there hustling, you know. So he became a man, but then he got himself in situations and all that stuff. He went to church and all that stuff. My son was very smart at 11 years old. My son, I can go shopping and everything when my son was 11 years old. Me and my husband, my ex-husband, can go shopping and leave my son in the house with my other kids, and he wouldn't let nobody in that house, period. If anybody tried to come in that house, my son will call the police in a minute. He called the police on his big brother. He called the police on his big brother because I told my son, I said, when we leave this house, do not let nobody in this house. And I mean nobody. And don't answer that phone for nobody. If you don't hear me calling you, don't you pick up that phone for nobody. Because we had an answer machine back then. So I'll tell my son, if you hear my voice, if I'm calling it, you hear me say something, then you pick up. And my son will pick up. But if anybody else call or something, don't you answer that phone. Don't you say nothing. And he did. He didn't. And I said, don't you let nobody else in that house either. Don't you let nobody, and I mean nobody, in this house. I don't care who it is. That's what I said to my son. So my son did exactly what I said. So his brother came over and he wanted to come in, and my son said, nope. Mom and Daddy told me not to let you in. I'm not letting you in. So he tried to come in. And my son called the police on him. He called the police on his big brother because his big brother was trying to get in the house. And when he called the police, me and my ex-husband was on our way coming home because we went shopping to get food. And as we was coming home, we saw the police leaving the house because we didn't know the police was leaving our house. So we saw the police coming out the building. And as we was coming in the building, we came up, and then my son told us that he had called the police on his brother. Because when I tell my son to do something, he will do exactly what I say do. My son was smart, very, very smart. Whatever I tell him to do, he will do with no hesitation, no back mouth or nothing. But as he got older, he started changing and all that. Because my mother always said that. You see your son? I said, yeah, I see him. She said, you see that smile on his face? I said, yeah, I see that smile. She said, that smile going to turn upside down. I said, why you say that, Mom? Because, I don't know, she just said it. I don't know why she said it, but she said it. And then as my son got older, he started changing, started acting weird. And then that's when he started, want to get out and do all this weird stuff. And he started doing things that he should not have been doing. Going out in the streets and all that, doing all this crazy stuff. And I just let him get in something that he couldn't get himself out of to learn. And when he got himself in that situation, and he seen that I wouldn't get him out of it, he learned it. He learned. Sure did. He learned. So that's the only thing you could do when you got hard-headed kids that think they know everything and don't want to listen. You got to let them learn. You just got to let them learn. Do not bail them out of the situation they get in. Because once you keep bailing your kids out of stuff, they're going to keep doing it. And they're going to keep doing it. And they're going to keep wanting you to bail them out. So you can't do that. You got to let them learn from their mistakes. What they do, they have to learn. Since they want to grow up so fast, then let them learn the hard way. Let them grow up fast and let them learn once they do what they do. So I had to let them learn. And that's what y'all got to do. Stop bailing y'all kids out of jail every time they go to jail. Stop bailing them out. Let them stay in there. Let them stay in there, because that's the only way they're going to grow up and learn that ain't nobody going to keep bailing them out of the situation that they get themselves into. Let them learn. That's the only way they're going to learn. Because if you keep bailing them out, keep spending the money, that's breaking you by constantly keep bailing them out every time they go to jail. They go out there and do something wrong. Oh, Mama and Daddy going to bail us out. They're going to get us out. All we got to do is call them every time we get ourselves in a situation. Call them. They gonna get us out. They gonna bail us out. And you gotta put your foot down and say, the next time you go to jail, watch me bail you out. And they be thinking you playing when you say that. But then when they see that you're not gonna bail them out, and then when they get out, then they look like, oh, they looking stupid like, okay, Ma, I get it. I get it now. I ain't gonna do it no more because I see you let me sit in there a long time. You didn't bail me out. That's right. So did you grow up in there? Yeah, I sure did. I know you did. So that's what you got to do. You got to let them learn. You got to let them learn. Sometimes you got to let your hard-headed kids learn. You can't keep bailing them out of the situations that they get themselves into. You have to let them learn. That's the only way that they're going to stop doing the things they're going to do. When they see that they don't have no money to put on their books and nobody ain't sending them nothing, they not getting nothing, then they have to be in jail and they got to work for their money. They got to work for it. And when they see they got to work for it and ain't nobody sending them nothing, that makes them grow up. That makes them grow up because they see that they have to work for what they get. That's what makes them grow up, because they see that they have to work for what they get. Because if you keep bailing them out and you don't let them work and learn for what they do, they're going to keep coming to you and they're going to keep doing the things they're doing because they know that y'all going to bail them out. So you can't do that. You have to let them learn. I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be hard to do, but you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to put tough love on your kids. You have to. That's the only way they will grow up. You have to be hard with your kids. You can't be soft with them and thinking that they can do whatever they want to do and get away with it. Because if you keep being soft with them, they're going to keep using you. So you have to be hard on your children. Let them know that you're not going to play these games with them. And when they see that you're not going to play these games, they're going to change. They're going to grow up. And when they grow up, they're going to thank you for it at the end of the day. They're going to thank you and say, thank you for not bailing me out of the situations that I get myself in. You got to let them learn. You got to let them learn. So, yes, that's what I want to talk to y'all about. Stop bailing y'all children out of jail. If they go in there, let them learn. Let them learn. Because my son told me that one of the policemen in there told him that your mama doing right by not bailing you out. Because how you going to learn? How are you going to learn if they keep bailing you out? That's not making you be a man. That is not teaching you to be a man if they have to keep bailing you out. Only way you're going to learn how to be a man is to do things for yourself. And that was the truth. And that's what y'all got to do. Stop bailing your kids out. Let them stay in there and learn. And when they get out, believe me, they're going to change. Because they ain't going to want to go back in jail because they know that you're not going to help them. So that's what I want to talk to y'all about. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you, Father love you, the Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I will be back to talk to y'all again soon. Have a good day and a blessed day. See y'all soon.